This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
Work can be a little weird. Cringy training seminars, coworkers who won't stop talking about their plant, forgetting the mute button at an inopportune moment. We have to deal with a lot on any given workday. Sometimes it can feel hard to thrive and move forward in your career. Well, that's where LinkedIn comes in. LinkedIn helps you get ideas and insights from experts in your field, connect with people professionally, grow your network, and access tools designed to help you find the right fit for your next role. Whether you're just getting started, figuring out your next move, or looking to accelerate your career, LinkedIn is built to support you at every stage because LinkedIn is the network that works for you. Visit linkedin.com/knowstuff to learn more. Hey, and welcome to the Short Stuff. I'm Josh. There's Chuck. There's Dylan. Of course, this is Short Stuff. Short Stuff now.
So, Josh, I have a question for you.
Okay.
I know that every time we go to Chicago, you're always like, this is the creepiest place I've ever been. It feels haunted. Forget New Orleans.
Right.
Forget other creepy places. This Chicago is the scariest place on earth.
Right. I do say that.
And you know what? After listening to this story, you might be right.
Yeah. It is a surprising town. Like, that's kind of where the Dunes murders started. That's where the Tylenol murders were, I think, in Chicago.
I just realized this is the third one, huh?
Yeah, at the very least. At the very least. And in fact, part of this this episode takes place in Edgewater Hospital, which look up abandoned Edgewater Hospital. There's like 50 pictures of this creepy abandoned hospital. Oh my gosh.
God, those are the best.
And I think it was abandoned maybe in the 90s. It's like this empty abandoned hospital in a high rise. But it's where Hillary Clinton was born and where John Wayne Gacy was born.
Really?
Yeah. But were
they crib mates?
I don't know. I didn't go to the trouble of checking out their ages to see how far apart they were, but wouldn't that be weird?
Has the alt-right linked them together?
Eventually, if not, they will now. We just gave them a little piece, little shred.
Like, no, but we'll look into it.
So at this Edgewater Hospital, there was a woman named Teresita Basa who worked there, and she was 47. She was Filipino, and apparently she was a well-to-do Filipino aristocrat. Mm-hmm. Expat who lived in America and worked as a respiratory therapist nurse at Edgewater Hospital. And she lived in Chicago proper, not in the suburbs. And one day she is discovered in her apartment under a smoldering pile of clothing, naked, with a kitchen knife sticking out of her chest. She'd been murdered. I think the fire department found her, and they were really surprised with what they found.
Yeah, it was a pretty routine call for them of an apartment fire on February 2nd, 1977, and under, like you said, under a mattress, there was
that's right.
a clear murder because of that kitchen knife sticking out of her chest.
Right. And
that would have been a heck of an accident.
Sure. You stab yourself in the chest and then set your clothing on fire under a mattress. It would have been a heck of an accident, right? So this is, unfortunately, it just goes unsolved. There's like 6 months, and these detectives who are working the case, they try out every lead. They start doing some investigating. They find, maybe there were people who wanted her dead. Nobody had the right motive or opportunity. There was no good suspect, and they reached a total dead end within 6 months.
That's right. So Detective Joe Statula of Homicide came in one day, about 6 months later, saw a note on his desk that said, call the Evanston Police Department about the Teresita Basa case. He called Evanston, and they said, hey, you need to call Dr. Jose Chua in Skokie. And he said, couldn't they have just put that on the note? Would have saved me a phone call.
Right.
And they said, we wanted you to know it came from us.
Right.
So Skokie, Illinois, which always reminds me of Usual Suspects.
Oh, definitely.
Does it to you too?
Barbershop Quartet in Skokie.
That's right, in Skokie, Illinois.
Yeah.
They went to see Dr. Jose, we call him Joe, Chua,
right,
who was also a Filipino, as we'll see.
Yeah.
And they interviewed him, and he said, a weird thing has happened here. My wife, she's 38 years old. She has gone into trances 3 different times, saying in Tagalog, that she is Teresita Basa, and she needs help solving her murder, and here's who did it.
Right, which is very, very weird and kind of something that you would probably ignore, especially if you got a call from somebody saying, yeah, my wife went into a trance and said that she's a murder victim.
Yeah.
But there were two things going on here. One, Stachula and his partner had reached a total dead end in this case, and really any lead was worth pursuing at this point.
Right.
And then two, not only had the doctor's wife, what is it, Basa? No, Remibius. Remibius Chua, Dr. Jose Chua's wife. Not only had she said that she was this murder victim, she named the murderer. And she also said that the murderer had been in Teresita's apartment and had stolen things from it, and that some of that stolen goods were jewelry that he had given to his girlfriend. So the fact that like this voice from the grave was saying that she was a murder victim and also saying who did it and what they did with the jewelry, that was enough apparently to convince the detectives to follow up on it.
And not only that, before we take our little break, she gave names of people who could identify this jewelry and telephone numbers of those people.
Which is pretty nuts.
Yeah, Ron Samara, Ken Basa, Richard Pisotti, and Ray Kings. And that's not even the murderer. So that's a pretty good setup. I think we'll take a break.
Okay.
And we'll tell you what happened right after this.
Stuff you should know. Hey everybody, we're here to talk to you about Wayfair, who believes that spaces should be functional, they should be comfortable, they should be well designed, and they can be well designed by you with their help.
Your updated space should feel more comfortable, inviting, and practical for everyday use. And we're talking about outdoor seating. We're talking about grills. We're talking about major appliances. If you need storage solutions, Wayfair can help you out. Patio lighting, rugs, decor. It is your one-stop shop for home.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting nice out, so it's time to think about living outdoors for the next few months. And Wayfair knows that outdoor furniture, it's heavy, it's intimidating to assemble. So Wayfair has stepped in and said, we're going to handle the hard part so you don't have to.
That's right. You can shop Wayfair Verified, your shortcut to the good stuff. And that means their team of product specialists are going to vet everything by hand using a 10-point inspection, testing things like, quality materials, functionality, and features, and even how long it takes to build that piece of furniture. And the overall experience save time, reduce hassle, and improved convenience.
Patio season is here, and these deals won't last. So head to wayfair.com right now to get your outdoor space ready for way less. That's WAYFAIR.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Hey everybody, I want to talk to you a little bit about Tide Evo because it represents over 10 years of innovation and product development. Tide Evo is a first-of-its-kind technology where tens of thousands of minuscule fibers are spun together to form a 6 times powerful layer packed with scrubbers, brighteners, pre-treaters, and fresheners. And that's going to deliver a breakthrough clean that's so powerful it feels like magic.
Yeah, it is kind of like magic. Tide Evo is revolutionary. A 100% concentrated waterless laundry tile that's made of compressed microfiber soap layers rather than liquid or powder. And it's not like pods or sheets because it uses 6 layers of detergent fibers to deliver superior cold water cleaning without plastic packaging of any kind. And it provides a mess-free, lightweight solution that dissolves lickety-split. So whenever you run into a laundry challenge, turn to Tide Evo. It's revolutionary, it's magic. Try new Tide Evo. Real laundry magic.
All right, so she says in these trances in Tagalog that she is this murdered woman.
Teresita Basa.
This guy broke into my house who works at my hospital as a respiratory technician.
Yeah.
He comes in to ostensibly fix a television, murders me, steals my jewelry that was given to me in France as a gift from my father to my mom. He stole this stuff. Here's the people that can verify it. Here are their phone numbers. They decide to investigate, and it checks out.
It checks out. That's the crazy thing.
That's the crazy thing.
The detectives start looking into this, and they're like, there is this man named Alan Showery, and he did work with Teresita Basa, so let's go visit him. And they went to...
Because she named him. We've gotten that across, right?
Right.
She said, Alan Showery killed me.
Right. That this woman in the trance said, this man, Alan Showery, was my murderer.
Yes.
So the detective, and she gave enough information, the detectives followed up on it. They went to visit Alan Showery, and they said, hey, will you come down to the station with us? And he went with them voluntarily, which is very important, as we'll see in a minute. And they started interviewing him about Teresita Basa's murder. Apparently, they read him his rights. They did everything by the book. They didn't arrest him or anything like that, but he started answering questions down at the station. And the more questions he answered, the more they started to suspect that he was lying, because they were actually catching him in lies and contradictions and things like that. Mm-hmm. And eventually he admitted to having gone to her apartment to help her fix the TV, but that she had called and canceled before he got there, so he went home instead. Well, the second thing they did was they went to his apartment and talked to his girlfriend and said, hey, has your boyfriend given you any jewelry recently? She said, well, yeah, he gave me this pendant and this ring as a late Christmas present, and I love them. Don't they just look divine?
The late Christmas present.
And the detectives say, well, yes, that does look very nice.
Yeah.
But can we see these things or take pictures of them? I don't know if they took them from her. And they had Teresita Basa's relatives that had been named apparently by Remy Chua to come down and look at these this jewelry and say yay or nay whether it was Teresita's, and they said yay.
This is remarkable. So this is all plowing ahead.
Mm-hmm.
He is arrested and charged. There is a trial hearing.
Well, hold on. He confessed.
Oh yeah.
So he confessed and
still has
is
to go to
arrested.
trial.
Sure, right.
So they have a trial hearing on a motion from the assistant public defender, William Swano. And he says, you know what? There's no probable cause here. They got a call about a trance that I think this woman faked. And that arrest was illegal to begin with because they lacked probable cause. And never to my knowledge, quote, never to my knowledge has a man been arrested because of a supernatural vision.
Right.
Police have never been informed of a criminal's name by a voice from the grave. And the judge went, except until now, because that's exactly what happened, dude.
Yeah, the judge upheld it in this hearing to throw out the entire arrest because, again, Chuck, like regardless of whether this trance was Teresita Basa possessing Remy Chua, regardless of what you think of that, in the annals of American justice, there is a case where a man was arrested strictly because of a tip that detectives received from a woman claiming to have been possessed by the murder victim. That happened.
Yeah, and the judge said, I see no reason to restrict the investigatory power of the police. Mm-hmm. Whether they believe the voices or not, they had to check it out. And that was sort of the party line, which was like, hey man, it doesn't matter if a dog came out and peed out a name on the street. Like, they went to this guy's house and he did it.
Right.
So like, who cares?
That was basically the whole thing. Like because the police followed proper procedure, because they advised him of his rights, because Alan Showery went with them voluntarily and answered their questions voluntarily, and the fact that he confessed, like all of this, it doesn't matter as far as the law is concerned whether Teresita Basa possessed Remy Chua or not. They followed procedure and they followed up on this tip. And so there's a trial, and during the trial, Alan Showery, it looked like he might get off. There was a mistrial, in fact. But then he surprised everybody. While he was awaiting a new trial, he pled guilty.
Yeah.
And didn't get a second trial, and instead was given something like 14 years for the murder and then 4 years each for robbery and arson. But he only served, I think, something like 5.
Yeah. Which is crazy, too.
In and of itself, it is crazy. But he was caught strictly because of that call from Remy Chua's husband, Dr. Jose Chua. And so now you have to go back and say, how much of this is true? And apparently everything we've said is true and verified, that there were reports done on it. That thing about that hearing That was from a Washington Post article we found from 1978, I believe.
Oh, yeah, this is all true. No one came out later and said, my wife's actually an amateur investigator, and she thought it'd be kind of fun to solve this case, and then present it and wrap it in the enticing book jacket of a trance.
Right. I think we found some guy, an historian from Chicago, wrote a post about it. And he kind of captured what I suspect. One thing that gets left out very frequently is that Remy Chua was a coworker
of all three, or
kind of
all
friend.
two.
Yeah, of Teresita Basa. Went to a party at her apartment, so knew where she lived, and then also knew Alan Showery and was actually scared of Alan Showery. So this historian posits that she was actually so afraid of coming forward, but so overcome by the guilt of keeping this thought to herself.
Oh, that it came out through
it just came out like that, and
that makes sense.
It would be more culturally acceptable to do that than to just keep it to herself.
Interesting.
And that's where the trance came from, that she somehow acquired all this knowledge. If that's the case, that's still pretty interesting, too.
Yeah, she could have been sleepwalking and talking.
Sure.
Which appears like a trance.
Right.
But either way, it's all pretty remarkable.
It is pretty remarkable. One of the most remarkable cases in American law enforcement and justice.
And that's why we dedicated 12 minutes to it.
More than that, man. 13 and a half, baby. That's it for this short stuff, right?
That's right.
Short stuff away.
Stuff You Should Know is a production of iHeartRadio's How Stuff Works. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.